This is Brad with Marvel and DC comic reviews, here to give you our first review of the week for Superman number 42, which came out this week, written by Gene Lung Yang, with art by John Romita Jr. Now, this is part pretty much 8 of the Truth storyline, which is in the final week now of month 2, which is part of the Justice story. Now, this is actually going to be taking place before Truth and goes into detail on how Superman ended up losing his powers. Now, as we know, Truth kind of is working, but is not working at the exact same time. People are struggling with the idea of seeing a powerless Superman, a Superman which had his identity exposed to the world by Lois Lane. Why she did what she did. We're getting some kind of hints this week, as we found out that Lois kind of felt a little bit betrayed by everything that happened when she found out that Clark Kent was actually Superman. She felt betrayed that Clark was willing to tell the secret to Jimmy as opposed to telling her, which kind of got her a little bit on the upset terms. But for her to actually go out of her way and sell his identity to the tabloids is extremely out of character. The writers also are going out of their way to exploit the new power that Superman has, the super flare, which causes him to lose his powers for 24 hours after using that ability, because he's becoming dependent on that, and we're starting to see it on a weekly basis and on an issue basis where he uses that power, something that, let's face it, we're not used to seeing Superman do. That power is pure destruction and can actually level a couple of miles and a couple of acres, but yet he's willing to use it just to stop anything and not really caring about the civilians that might be damaged in the process. The new villain of the issue, which is somebody which is called like Hider or something like that, Hoarder, is kind of a mess. Now, we don't really know much about these characters. They're high-tech hackers, and they were the ones that are actually able to find out that Superman was actually Clark Kent and were forcing him to pretty much do their deeds, or they were going to end up exposing it to the world. John Romita's art is all over the place this issue yet again, where some panels he looks fantastic and is able to draw the characters great, and in some panels the people end up looking like they have no faces. This issue also serves a little bit more and actually gives us the mystery of what exactly happened to Superman's powers now, because as he used the solar flare at the very end of the issue, spoilers are included here, some new character, a being that looked like he was all in white, and some type of electrical character, from what it seemed like, came over and kind of stole Superman's powers there. Who this character is, who knows, but we'll find out probably more within the next 2 months, I would say. But it's kind of a shame because this is a hit or miss issue. The main villain of Hoarder is not somebody that you're really going to be that interested in. It's a shame that there are so many major DC characters that could be used and villains that could be used, and instead they're using an all-new character for a major storyline like this. Now again, we all know that DC is known for hit or miss stuff where they put a major storyline out and then a couple of weeks later they make it just dissolve. This seems like something that's going to end up happening with this also. Now, Truth in general is got its good issues, got its bad issues. This one, unfortunately, is going to go into the bad pile, and it's not exactly something that you really want to read or really want to reread is a better point. And there's so many plots that could have been done in this that just again fell apart. Issue was a little boring, the art was all over the place, and the villain really is somebody you have no interest in seeing ever again. And like I said, the reliance on using the super flare is a little frustrating. I would give this issue only about a 4 or a 5 out of 10, so we're going to give it a 5 out of 10 at the end. Like I said, put it on your pull pile if you've been collecting Superman and you want to have this entire set, but in general, it's kind of a miss. This is Brad with Marvel and DC comic reviews and Jay's Comics, and we'll keep you posted on everything. Make sure you like us on Facebook and Twitter, and follow us on YouTube for further reviews. This is Brad signing off.